say. And it was my mistake to forget that you were not my age. And as I walked away, you had something left to say. You said we'll sink or swim when the tide comes in. Yeah. You said we'll stand our ground when the water's rushing back. You said we'll sink or swim when the tide comes in. Yeah. You said we'll stand our ground when the water's coming back.
Hi, my name's Cian. I did song school in the National Concert Hall about 5 years ago. My thoughts about what they do there is it's an interesting process of not being hands-on but taking the step back and teaching children that music doesn't have to be a very methodical or very traditionally thought concept. I've come across musicians in the past 5-6 years that people that are traditionally trained and people who are not traditionally trained. And what I found is the more you think about it and break it down mathematically as in those sort of ideas, is that it loses its edge or its meaning. Whereas if you could use your emotion, your thought process, whether it's you're thinking about something that had happened to you or even a historical event that affected you personally, it gives the song and the music much more meaning than, let's say, just breaking it down using 4 or 5 chords. But those are my thoughts on the process anyway.
I'm here with Dominic, who did song school in 2011. He attended the Art School Rahamon in Rathangan, County Kildare. So I'm here to ask him a couple of questions about his experience. So what was your first impression of the workshop?
My first impression was that I was very excited to do it. They had run it in the school in the years ahead of me as well, so I got to see what other classes got to do. And I remember they had their drum set all set up, and they had a classroom set up like a recording studio. And being interested in recording music, I was just like desperate to get in, so I had to wait a year before I got a chance to take part in it. So the actual day of the first day of the workshops, we did a 2-day workshop. I was just full of I don't even know what, I was I remember the night before I tried to write a song because I was I just want to go into this with a song written and not be that guy, but I just kind of wanted to go in it and be really enthusiastic.
Is there anything that you kind of remember most about the workshop?
Definitely the thing I remember most is after we had all the song written, which was the most painstakingly arduous task ever, trying to write a song with 6 people who you're not really that friendly with, and you're trying to come up with this whole concept, be like, guys, how do you feel? Tell me how you feel about this. And the only thing that a 15-year-old can think of is an inverted commas love and relationships. Of course, the song became about relationships.
Do you remember what it was called?
Oh, I actually know. I remember the actual tune. I don't think we gave it a name. If it was some stupidly we were talking about your wife to be, and it was mad. It was November when we did ours, and we tried to write the song about Christmas, and then after about 10 seconds we realised if you don't want to use sleigh bells and talk about Rudolph, you can't write a Christmas song. So it's this massively melodramatic song because you were trying to come up with lyrics but not be too emotional at the same time. You're trying to bridge that gap between, this would be a good lyric, and please don't think I'm ridiculous for wanting to write this song.
Were you glad you did it in the end?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely, because it was something I had been looking forward to for ages, and because it was part of the TY program, it was the one thing I was always looking forward to doing it. And I think it went great. I think the thing I remember most about it was once we had the song written, finally, we got to recording it, and so I was the only really musical one in our group. So I recorded the guitar, and I stuck me in front of a microphone, and he was like, "Oh yeah, sure, just record away." And it took a couple of takes, and there was one major mess up, and he was like, "Oh, don't worry, come here and I'll show you how we'll fix it." And he was using some really early version of GarageBand, or some older version of GarageBand at least. And he was just like, "Oh, you can chop and change it here. Here are a load of effects." And like, "Oh, if you want to get an electric guitar and do some stuff, I'll show you this." And on GarageBand, he pulled up the effects pedal board. He's like, "Oh, we can click on all of these." And it was just like, because I'd never actually properly seen it before. I'd only seen like pictures, like recording studios and whatever else. That seeing it actually being made and seeing how the process works was like that first thing of like, I just need to do this. I just like want to have a Big Mac, and I want to, not the burger,
computer, not the burger.
I want to own a Mac, and I want to use GarageBand, and I just want to use all these effects and make whatever music I could.
And do you think it like kind of sparked a thing in you too? If you hadn't have done song school, that you might not have then been so inclined to take a career in music or to chase up that?
Definitely. I always had, because I'd always come from a musical family, and I always loved music and wanted to do something in music, that I knew I was never going to be a musician, so I thought the next best thing would be a producer. So I always had in my head, like, oh, I just want to be a producer, I want to make music, but I'd never seen the process. And so actually seeing what it takes from beginning to end, mostly, to produce a song was like, okay, I have a good experience of this now. It was kind of like work experience, really. I have a good experience of this now. I'm kind of comfortable now pursuing this more, going into college with at least an idea of what to expect.
I was writing about the whole process that kind of took you by surprise, or that you kind of, you thought it would be easier or harder. Songwriting,
man. I remember since I started playing guitar when I was like 11 or 12, I think it was like a 10 or 11. I was like, I just want to write songs. I had no idea why. I just thought that that's what anyone who played the guitar did. So I tried writing songs. So it wasn't until I had like this breakup when I was 15 where I was like, I could write songs now. And I remember I had this like little flip book thing. I just wrote down all these songs, all these like terrible, god awful, like melodramatic songs. And I was like, I just can't keep doing this.
And did you learn anything kind of in the workshop that you felt like, oh well, now I'll be better at writing a song?
Definitely. I remember the one thing that stuck out the most was talking about song structures. It's something you knew but never really knew it until someone like explained it to you. So I remember it was explained to us about a hook of a song, and the example they used was Blur's Song 2. That, like, even to this day when I write a song, I'm like, what is the hook of this song? And in some ways I don't like thinking about it, because I think it just like distracts the process, because you're like, oh, what will make this song catchy kind of gets in the way of like trying to write an authentic song. But learning about the structure of a song, that you might have an intro, you might have a couple of choruses, there's probably going to be, or a couple of verses, it's going to be a chorus, a middle eight, and then some kind of outro, that even if the song is like the same as music that's been made already, if you wanted to start making your own music, it's a really good template to follow. And when you just want to write music and you have a good template, that can just help the flow. You're like, okay, I have this bit, now I just need to write this bit, now I just need to write this bit, and it kind of saves just one less thing to think about.
So like enables your creativity.
Yeah, definitely.
There's a lot of kids like that we meet that they have a lot of creativity in them. They just need that kind of small guidance or small start to kind of allow it to kind of come out, and then they realise, oh wait, there's actually loads I can do with this that they mightn't have known before.
Yeah.
So And what about music now? Do you what are you doing as regards music now, or what does it mean to you now? Or
I think after going through college and realizing that the career path is not as straightforward as, say, a nurse or a engineer. In some ways, I wish I kind of knew that a bit more.
You would look great in a nurse suit.
I will. You want to see me in a pair of scrubs. I don't know if it would have put me off knowing the limited availability of jobs as a musician / producer / artist in a much inverted commas.
But you still find yourself writing.
Yeah, it's something that's kind of never left. Definitely going through college gave me a better sense of like myself as hopefully someone who can contribute to the world in some artistic sense. But I think given just how life works out, while I might not find a career in music enough to pay the bills, I can definitely find that like fulfillment in, even if it's just me and a microphone in my bedroom, and I can make something that at least I like, or at least I don't hate. Yeah. Like that might just be enough for me. Like I might not need to be a world famous producer.
So we're going to hear a track now written by Dominic himself. So hope you enjoy it.
And salt became the earth. You became the trees. The grief that I felt was as happy as I could be. This end at the beginning. All this stillness to me is singing. At the end, below the stars, we'll keep each other company. At the end, just to be you, the nature, and me. At the end, below the stars, and cheek to cheek. At the end, your name appears on a fallen leaf, covers the ground surrounding the tree, and tear up the roots to find where you sleep. Open my eyes, you're all around me. At the end, below the stars, we'll keep each other company. At the end, just to be you, the nature, and me. At the end, below the stars, and cheek to cheek. At the end.
Hello, Peter and everybody at Songschool. This is Julie Tiernan here. I was a tutor with Songschool back in the day, about 16 years ago, and I remember it very well because I had just finished my MA in community music, and it was one of the first gigs I got, and I was delighted to be part of that team, to be part of that conversation. And I suppose